Hello, welcome to Lemon Studios, where we talk anything and everything entertainment. I'm, of course, the Lemon himself, Zeke Lamone, and this is my review for Monday Night Raw. But before we get into that, let's get the house clean out of the way. Share them to leave a like, comment below, let me know your thoughts on Monday Night Raw, and of course, hit that subscribe button as it helps me grow into my YouTube career. I would greatly appreciate it. Now, all that out of the way, let's get into it, shall we? Again, I think WWE is just in a little bit of a rut. We talked about it yesterday on the kickout about some of the problems that we've had, and this episode of Raw, once we got to the end, I mean, how could you not enjoy that main event with Jey Uso and Braun Breaker, especially since they came clean, like, hey, we're going to do shenanigans, which, we kind of expect at this point. But, at least the main event of Raw can't end in DQ if the match is no DQ. Or in this case, Extreme Rules, because they were in Philadelphia. The opening segment kind of went a little long for me with the Vision and Jey Uso, but it was still fine for what it was. But once we got to the match, and again, LA Knight coming out, CM Punk coming out, here comes Seth Rollins. Roman Reigns has the aura pop, does this massive Spirit of Braun Breaker, which maybe he was trying to set a message to for that. And then we get the confirmation that's going to be Bronson Reed versus Roman Reigns at Clash in Paris. And then Jey Uso beating Braun Breaker, which I do feel like is a big deal. So they still see him in a pretty big light. But Jey Uso does deserve that win since he is going to be in the Fatal 4-Way. He really shouldn't be taking losses at this point. The bump with LA Knight and CM Punk, maybe they do their one-on-one match next week, which I do think is very needed. Or maybe that's a feud that goes to the side somewhere else once we get out of Paris. That main event was a lot of fun. And again, being upfront, like, hey, we're going to have shenanigans and there's going to be run-ins during this main event. There was a lot of life that was brought in within it. The problem, however, is literally every single match, I think every single match, was literally booked the exact same way throughout the whole entire show. Now, again, I'm learning to let go on getting fully invested within matches to expect winners. And at least there were 1, 2, 3s throughout this whole entire show. But in every single match, Io Sky versus Raquel. Roxanne Perez is a casting distraction. Good guy pulls out the ups, overcomes the odds, gets to 1, 2, 3. Here comes the bad guys, friends to help them beat up. Here comes Rhea Ripley to come help her save the day. Okay, now we have Penta versus Xavier Woods. Kofi Kingston and Grayson Waller keep throwing distraction throughout the outside of the ring. Penta pulls out the quick maneuvers to overcome the odds and beat Xavier Woods. Here come the rest of the New Day to jump him. And then who came out to help Penta? Who did? Who was it? Oh no, Penta just ran away. Okay, so no one came out to help Penta on that one, but still, there was an after-match beatdown. And then on the third match, then it was Becky Lynch versus Natalya. Not a lot of interference because it was the good guys that were the friends on the outside, but Becky Lynch still fought with them on the outside. And then after Becky Lynch, when she refuses to let go, Maxine Dupree then jumps in to push her out of the way, and then Becky Lynch jumps him, and then here comes Nikki Bella to save the day. And then we move into the main event, so on and so forth, right? Like, it was just very, very redundant. It was very, very odd throughout. Even Becky Lynch's promo just reminded me a lot of Drew McIntyre's, where, hey, why did you attack Natalya? I didn't attack Natalya. Natalya attacked me. Let's go beat by beat. Isn't that exactly what Drew McIntyre did on SmackDown, which was, again, since he was first, it was really good, and Becky did fine here as well. But again, like, I've already seen it. I feel like I've seen this show. The Vision come out, they talk for a little while, then here comes the opponent of the week. That sets up the main event. Then we have a Judgment Day match. There's some interference. Io Sky is doing everything. I will say I do like the Io Sky, Asuka, and Rhea Ripley storyline quite a bit. Now that we do have to move everything fast forward, now that it is confirmed Naomi is pregnant, congratulations to her. Easily the best part of Raw, by the way. Because the mixture of her trying to be in character, which I loved how she was like, I ain't giving up this title. This ain't the first time I had to vacate. Get out of the ring, and I'll drop the belt right here in the ring. That was so... I loved that she stayed in character within that scene. Y'all need to thank one person for all this, and you're like, yeah, it's Big Jim, and I don't care about the comeback here, and I'm breastfeeding the baby. I'm coming back for this championship, and whoever has it, when I get back, needs to proceed with caution. Good stuff, and again, the mixture of just how happy she is, because, man, I remember Total Divas, and I used to watch that regularly. I think it was pre when the Total Bella show started. That's when I started to fall off on it, because it didn't seem as real, which, you know, probably never was. But I did feel the production a little bit more in later on seasons. But those early seasons, when I think the show was really at its peak, when Trinity was talking about her struggles with fertility and being able to produce a child, and how, you know, they thought it just wasn't in their cards to get it at one point. So, and again, you know, life, as Ian Malcolm would say, will always find a way. And it sometimes just happens at the most unprecedented times. I mean, she was on the realm of like one of the best character runs ever. I mean, I made this post on Instagram. She won Money in the Bank in June. She cashed it in on July. Her father played her to her first title defense for her entrance in early August, and then she finds out she's pregnant heading into September. What a summer! One of the greatest summers anyone could have had. And, you know, just seeing her ironically glow from just the happiness that she did it. She was able to do something that she's been wanting to do, something she thought wasn't really possible. Made me really happy to see. I am very happy for her. I'm really happy for Big Jim. I loved all the memes that came out of it when she dropped the title on the Slim Jim logo, and it's like, yep, this is the most fitting that the Slim Jim product placement has ever been. I thought that was really great. So kudos to all of y'all for all the memes on there. But yeah, overall, besides those things, I really don't feel like there's anything else left of note to talk about on Monday Night Raw. It was just a show that came and went. Sheamus versus Rusev got confirmed for Clash of Paris on a good old-fashioned Donnybrook. Seeing Adam Pearce just go ape on his angriness makes me really happy. I don't know. I love it when they push him to such a brink and he just goes off. And in this very serious, yelling, authoritative voice, him going, "Y'all gonna sell this in a good old-fashioned Donnybrook," like only in wrestling. Can we get away with that? But yeah, again, happy Roman's gonna work Paris. I am happy. The main event was a lot of fun. The matches, for the most part, were good. Everything that we're doing with Asuka, Io, and Rhea, really enjoying that, even though it is a little bit sped up. Understandable now that we are in the play. I wish we got some Stephanie Bakir on the card as well, because she was supposed to be fighting for the title here. Maybe you keep her present since she was the #1 contender. We did talk about it after she was vacated. Lyra Valkyria, nowhere to be seen. The Bayley promo was also pretty good too. I am very curious to see where we're going with this character. I wonder if it's going to be a little bit of a schizophrenic type, or, you know, where she is a little bit of a split personality and she does rely on her past characters to find this third one, because this one was all about the role model, this one was all about the role model of like, hey, you were the longest running SmackDown Women's Champion. You were a double champion. You were the face of the company in 2020. All of these different things. And, you know, that's the devil, right? And then, you know, at the end she goes, what about a hug? So I'm assuming next week we're going to get the video package. I'm actually getting chills thinking about what we're doing with Bayley. So it shows something that we are doing pretty good. I wonder, you know, next week you would assume we're going to get the whole, hey, everyone loved you as the hugger. You were... I think she was the longest running NXT champion until Asuka took it over after that. You were the most lovable person, blah, 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 because, you know, she's at this crossroads. She doesn't know which way to go. Does she go with the role model instincts? Does she go with the hugger instincts? Does she have to find a little bit of a middle? And again, do we have that angel, the hugger, and the devil, the role model, whispering throughout as we go through her character? And that kind of excites me the most. I'm actually getting the mana again, thinking of that. That's the character where, you know, it is a little bit more video packages, but, you know, you hear each character whispering to her on which way to lean, where she is kind of in the middle. So we'll be curious to see how that progresses through. But yeah, overall, fine episode of Raw. Don't really feel like you need to watch anything in particular. I think, you know, you could watch the highlights and you still have it pretty well conceived. You know, everything we're doing with CM Punk and LA Knight, I think, is going better than last week because they're not as friendly this time. I don't think LA Knight should have came out during the main event, though. I think he should have stayed in the back because, yeah, you know, let them all kill each other. What do I care? If they're all weaker, then, you know, for it, but then, you know, more for me. But besides that, again, yeah, overall, fine episode. Nothing to really ham up about. So, going to get you in out of here in about 10 minutes. So comment below, let me know your thoughts on this episode of Raw. Did you feel different about it? Did you think it was great? Or were you like me, were you like, it was kind of just in the middle? Leave a like if you made this far in the review. I do greatly appreciate it. And don't forget to squeeze the day, guys, because life is too short not to give it everything that you got. So squeeze every opportunity that you can. And until next time, I'll see you here at Lemon Studios.